Peer-to-peer recommendations. What do I mean by peer-to-peer recommendations? You want to give me an example?
Grassroots, one-on-one.
It is grassroots, but it's peer-to-peer. It's you to me. So suddenly, I don't have to believe the blurb on the back of the book anymore. I've never read a bad blurb. But I go to Amazon.com, and voila, I get real people with real opinions for what that's worth. I mean, you have to apply your own inner editor at that point. But Forrester Research says that peer-to-peer recommendations drive sales not only of consumer products, but of large enterprise-level software up to 87% of the time more than marketing materials, which either puts me in a bad position because I have to change my business or find a way to be in the conversation with all these peers and to try to help these companies find their golden thread and just be real and somewhat transparent to the people with whom they're doing business in a business-to-business contact. Or they're in trouble. Their market share is going to suffer. Everybody has a publishing power now. We don't have to wait for the editor to publish the letter. You can go out and start a blog today with no knowledge of computer programming. Just turn it on, and voila, you turn on a template. So the Southern Growth Studio's going down. I heard that guy, and he's full of it. Don't do that, please. But there's still, in every market, it's fascinating just to walk through here. There's a lot of healthy competition, you know. And I was playing the logo test in my mind, and I took off the companies' logos that share in the same industries, saying, how can I tell these companies apart? That's really, what is their, do they have a sense of who they are that's expressed how they're positioning themselves? It's a great test. If I go and look at all the pictures of what they're doing, does it look the same? Or do they have a particular angle that they're taking, or a particular view? Do they touch it up some way that gives it that idiosyncratic fingerprint that's going to say, ah, we were here? The most successful example is Apple. You can take the Apple logo off any app, but you know what it is because they're meticulous and scrupulous about their font and their imagery and the background colors. They really architect that well. Starbucks is another that really does that very well. And you have to do that in a world where there's just so much and too many choices. And psychologists tell us now, it's gone up to, we typically see, typical American sees 12,000 messages a day coming through their phone, through the radio, and through internet radio, and on Facebook, and you see the banner ads flashing when they check into their Hotmail or Yahoo. Then you turn on the TV, it's overstimulation. But you can't remember that much stuff, can you? I mean, the world has really blown up, which I'm going to show you in just a second. There's one other thing that's very relevant to technology companies. We see this all the time. We are consulting with 4 technology companies now, financial, church, and others. But a lot of these, their customer base is made up of people who are 35 years and older. And they have a growing customer base of people who are taking over, who grew up with different conventions. Here's where it comes to roost. The younger people are very dissatisfied with having to work with this kludgy, their word, software. They don't understand why it doesn't work, and it frustrates them. The older generation, probably Generation X and up in some cases, thinks there's something wrong with me, not something wrong with the software. But the younger generation, they don't believe that. They're used to being able to create a blog instantaneously.